Hello everyone, this is Taryn from Future Building Nursing Prep Center, and I am back as promised with a video that how to apply to US New York board to get the eligibility for NCLEX-RN exam. Okay, so before I tell you how to do that application, I just want to tell you that why we are recommending or guiding students to choose that path. So you would know that because of pandemic, that OSCE exam is on hold for a long time, right? Students are not able to write OSCE. So if you're not able to write OSCE, you're not getting the eligibility for NCLEX-RN. Or another route is to do the bridging programs, right? But you know that again, because of pandemic, students are not getting clinical placements. There is lots of waiting time period to enter into those courses. So as a result, lots of wait. So what we are recommending our students, and we thought to share it with you guys, is what you can do is instead you can go through the US route. Okay, so again you are starting the whole new application but with United States with the goal so that you can get the eligibility for NCLEX-RN, so that you can pass that exam and then transfer those credentials to CNO, and CNO is going to say, hey, this student has passed the NCLEX-RN, so you know what, let's just make their education criteria met, and then you don't have to write OSCE, you don't have to do any bridging course at that point of time. Okay, so let me walk you through this application pretty quick. And this is the application which you can do on your own. You don't have to pay any money to anyone. And this is a very simplified version we're going to explain you. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen with you guys. Okay, so you simply have to, any browser which you're using, guys, just simply go and type New York Nursing Board, right? So once you will type New York Nursing Board, it's going to take you to the page which looks like this. So once you go to this, on your left side, you can see that there is an option which says registered professional nurses, right? That's the option they say. So just kind of click on that option. Okay, and then once you go scroll down, and you can see that there are 5 pathways, right? So you have to follow pathway number 5 because that's for the graduates of foreign nursing school, which means you guys, if you have done your nursing from Kenya, Cameroon, India, Philippines, right? So this is your path, you go to pathway number 5, right? So once you go to pathway number 5, you can see the screen is going to take you to this step, right? So what does this step mean, right? This step means we have step number 1, step number 2, and step number 3. Step number 1, I'll come back to it because most of the students, they get stuck here, right? Because they think, oh my God, I don't have these courses, so I can't do my application. Courses are very simple as well. I'll come back to that in a minute. You can do the step number 1 later, okay? You don't have to worry about it. You can directly start with step number 2. So you can simply go to the online application form here. Okay, and you can see that, and once you go through this, you can see what are you applying for. So we're going to click that we are applying for the new license, and then you can see that there are options here that what to do before you begin, right? And then the additional documents which you require, right? So if we scroll down, I'm just going to hit begin application. Now let's just fill this credentials with you. So do you hold a New York license in this, do you hold a New York State license in this profession, right? No, because you're applying for the first time. Do you have social security number? No, not for states, right? If you're living in Canada, India, Philippines, wherever, you don't have that. So I'm going to do a pretend application with you guys so that you have an idea. So my pretend student is Gold Star, right? So let's just say Gold Star was born on, let's just say May 9th, 1988. Okay, and we don't have driver's license for New York, so you can skip that part. So the country of residence is, let's just say Gold Star lives in Canada. So first name is Gold, and if you have a middle name, you can put it, but his name is Gold Star. Let's just say Gold Star lives in 66 Mackenzie Street. Mackenzie Street. Right, and then Gold Star lives in the city of Brampton. Let's just put it this. And then the postal code we can do for the Brampton. The postal code we can type in here is, let's just say L09 1 and 0, right? So we'll just pretend that's one of it. And then non-US state, correct? So this is in Ontario. Okay. And then you can choose that this is the personal one, address type. Okay. I hope everybody's clear up to there. Okay guys, and then we can enter our phone number. So I'm just gonna put just random phone number here. And then the email ID, right? So the email ID which you want to use with the nursing code. So that's the email which you can use. So I'm just gonna type in here just a random like email. Give me a quick second. Alright guys, so after filling that form, that initial form where you have your address and all that stuff, you go to this next page. Okay, so this page it's talking about a few questions. So let's just answer those questions. So I have been diagnosed as having a disability, right? So most of the time, like if you don't have a disability, you can just simply say no here. Do you have another name that appears on a degree or other credentials, right? So I'm gonna say no in the case, but some people they do. So if you have those certificates, because sometimes girls they get married and then they change their last name. So then you have a different name now and then the credentials. So you can attach the affidavit. So you can just say that yes, I had a different name. But in Gold Star's case, no. Have you ever applied for the license? No. Have you ever been found guilty or trial? So you read all those questions, right? And if something applies to you, then you have to see. But I'm just pretending that it's no for this, right? No criminal charges, no disciplinary action, no charges pending, and there is like, has any hospital or licensed facility has terminated? So I'm just gonna say no in that case, right? So I'm gonna hit submit. Okay. So if you have ever taken NCLEX or another licensure professional exam, right, in United States or its territories, so I'm just gonna hit no to that one. And now it's saving the data, and then now you can see that sometimes students they get panicked because now they ask the information about the primary school, the secondary school, and then the nursing program, right? So they ask all that information, and then if you have any post-secondary information, right? So you other post-secondaries, because some people they have done GNM and then post-basic, so you can add all that stuff, right? So I'm just gonna do the pretend with you guys, right? So name of the school is, let's just say XYZ Model School. Just pretending, right? City was, let's just say Chandigarh. I'm just pretending this is from Gold Star is from Chandigarh. Okay, then state UT, country India, number of years school attended, right? So primary school, elementary school is up to like grade 8. So let's just say in India, I'm just pretending the scenario. So pre-nursery, nursery, right? And then you have your kindergarten, grade 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? So this almost makes around 9, 10, 11 years, right? 10 to 11, whatever is applicable in your case. I'm just gonna put 10. So then you just have to write your start date, right? So you might have to ask your parents and do some brainstorming. When were you there, right? So I'm just gonna pretend that Gold Star did that from 05, and then Gold Star did that from year 1992, and then Gold Star ended that in, let's just say 2002. Let's just pretend that, okay? So then next is the higher secondary, right? So again, the name of the school, I'm just gonna say QRS Model School, right? Let's just say city, again, I'm just gonna put Chandigarh to pretend, right? And then UT and country India. And then your high school is primarily 9, 10, 11, 12, right? So number of years attended 4. So let's just say he ended the primary school here on 5/2002. So I'm just gonna say probably, let's just pretend he started on 06 and 2002. And then 4 years was like 06, 2006. He finished the, did you graduate? Yes, right? So you finished that. And then what type of certificate you got, right? So you got your grade 12, right? And date of the diploma certificate awarded, right? So that was 06, 2006. Okay, that's what has been given to me. Now next is the nursing program. So I'm just gonna say, pretend that I did my nursing program from 9, which actually I did by myself, like from Chandigarh, Postgraduate Institute of Medical Education and Research, so Chandigarh, and state UT, country is India. So let's just pretend Gold Star did Bachelor's of Nursing. So number of years the school attended 4, and yes, I have like received the degree for that. And the start date is let's just say, for example, let's just say Gold Star finish here in 06/2006, and you can just, I'm just pretending that started in 08/2006, and then end date was 08/2010, and awarded was bachelor's degree in nursing, right? So bachelor's of sciences in nursing, whatever is exactly mentioned on your certificates, right? And then you can write the date when it was awarded to you, right? So this is simply you have to fill in that application, right? So pretty easy, just go through your school, right? Okay, I hope this step is clear to everyone. Nobody is having any difficulty so far. Yeah, so after that you can just hit the button submit. Okay, another thing I just want to explain, like sometimes, for example, let's just say you have only done the bachelor's, you have not done any master's or something like that, right? And then when you go hit submit, then you can see that you're getting all those errors. What you can simply do is just simply go and just hit this button which says remove school, right? So this school is going to be removed from your application, and then you can click and hit submit. Okay, perfect. You can see that we're coming very close to our application. Do you now hold, or have you ever held a license or certificate to practice any profession in any state or jurisdiction? So I'm just going to say no. Move forward, right? And now you can see that everyone applying for professional license, permit or registration or this and this. So you can read all this. Are you under any obligation to pay child support, right? So I'm just going to say I'm not, which means the Gold Star. And citizenship and immigration status. So you can read all through that, what they're trying to like say and tell you guys. So you can read through statement by statement. A United States citizen or national, and refugee, and I do not reside in the United States, right? So this is what we have to click. Coursework, right? So now here is the key play of those courses, right? Which I told you that New York needs two courses. One is on child abuse, and the another course which they need is on the safety and infection control. Okay, so in that case, what you need to do is, you can see that read the option here. I completed the child abuse course and will mail a copy, or I completed the child abuse coursework and will attach a certificate of completion from an approved provider, right? So you're going to click with that option. So again, as I said, I will tell you guys, don't you worry, that how you can obtain those certificates, right? Which site to go for, right? So simply click on that. And now it will ask you, please upload child abuse course certificate or the completion scan below, right? So they will give you an option that you have to like apply for that, like you have to upload your documents. Okay, sorry, there's too much of information. Okay, so another thing, coming back to the point which I told you guys, that don't worry, you can do this application part. So you can read that there is another option. I completed the child abuse coursework online and the provider will report that to you electronically, right? So that's an option as well. If you already know your application number, you can put it in those certificates, and then the vendor from where you're taking the certificate, they're directly going to send it to the New York, right? So you have these two options. If you either want to do the certificate ahead of the time, then you can upload the document. And if you have not done it, you want to do it later, then you can also get the application number, and then you can just click this option that my vendor will send it to you electronically. So then you will choose the option number 4. Okay, so I hope nobody has any questions. So similarly for your infection control, so they are asking that what are you going to do? So I'm just going to say I completed it, the infection control training, and the approved provider will report that to you electronically, right? And I'm going to similarly choose this option for the previous one as well. So you can decide if you want to reveal your gender with them or not. So I'm just going to say Gold Star as male, and then even if you want to go with that your ethnicity, if you want to stay that or not. So I'm just going to put no response. And do you have any other documentation that you would like to upload with this application? So if you have the certificates ahead of the time, then you will be attaching your certificates. But apart from that, I'm not attaching anything else right now. So I'm just going to hit no, and then I'm just going to click submit. Okay, so can you see that? So this is the end of the information. They have given it to us, right? And this is the email address, and then this is all the like application what we have filled in, where the gold star is from, and all that information. So you can see this is a kind of a conclusion, right? So now the gold star will just simply put the signatures on here, right? And for the signatures, make sure that you put your full name and make sure you use the uppercase. That's always a good thing to do. So I'm just gonna say, you have to hit like, have you gone through each and everything? So I'm just gonna say here, disclaimer, education program, I give permission to the New York board to release my examination results. Yes. And I'm just gonna say gold star. Okay. And then affidavit of acknowledgement, so I'm gonna say gold star. Yes, that I have read all this. Okay. So I'm gonna hit continue my application. Right. And then you can see that I am at the end page where we just have to fill the application fee, which is 143 US dollars, right? So just for you guys, I'm gonna spend money and I'm gonna pay for this application, okay? Just to show you guys, and then how to download the certificate. So give me a quick second. I'm just gonna pause, a quick pause, because I'm gonna add my number, and then I'll show you what happens once you submit that form, okay? Give me a quick second. All right, guys, perfect, thanks. So I just paid the money, and once you paid the money, that means like kind of your step 1 is done. Step 2 is done, which means your online application form 1 is filled, right? So now you don't have to worry about that anymore. So after that is, you can see that we have to go to the step number 3. And in step number 3, then you can see that there are 2 forms, right? One form is which says certification of professional education, form 2F. And then we have verification of foreign professional licensure certification, form 3F, right? So when you will click on those 2 links, so let's just start with form 2F. This is how your form 2F is gonna look like, right? So, and then then you just simply have to fill in the simple blanks in there, right? There is nothing fancy. Right, so I'm just gonna say check what you're applying for. So I'm applying for registered professional nurse. Then you can do your social security number if you have. If you don't, then just leave it blank. Then you remember the gold star's date of birth was like, you know, May 9th, right? And this is a fillable form, and gold star was born in 1988, right? And then you can just print your last name and first name. So sorry, I'm just gonna do the uppercase. So star, and his first name was gold, so this is gold star. And then the mailing address of gold star, you can print your name, whatever appears on the degree, so same gold star, right? You can again write your address here, and the nursing school which you attended, right? So I pretended that we did from 9, right? So that's Postgraduate Institute of Medical Education and Research, Chandigarh, and then the attendance date and degree dates and diploma, and you just have to put your application signature and then date, okay? So again, same thing, you guys have to remember that you have to do the first section of the certificate. The second section of the certificate, you have to leave it for your nursing college. You don't have to do it on your own. So you will print this section, send it to your college, and then they will do the second half of this section, and then they will send it back to US, okay? I hope this 2F form is clear. Now the 3F form, I'm just gonna zoom it for you guys a little bit more. In this one, you can see that we have the same thing. This is the verification of foreign professional licensure certification. So this means, for example, this is applicable for your PNRC, those people who have graduated from Punjab, for Haryana, and for Gujarat, for India, and then if you are in Philippines, so Philippine Nursing Board, right? So this is the form which you will send to your nursing registration. And for New York, that's optional, but it's always good to do this one. Again, same thing you will do. The first section of the form, like your name, your social security number, print your mailing address, right? Exactly same thing what we have done in your previous form. You're just gonna go through that. And again, make sure that you're only doing the page number 1, and page number 2, you are going to leave it for your nursing board to do that. Sorry, nursing registration board in India or in Philippines, whichever is your back home country, you can do that. So for people from India specifically, PNRC is now doing like fancy things. Now this form and the Gujarat Nursing Council, you can get actually the verification of this form done online. that's a whole separate different video. I just don't want to put the content too much in this single video. So again, you can just kind of send this form to them and online, and they can just verify that and send it pretty quickly. So once you do all those applications and all these 2 forms, then you just have to kind of patiently wait, right? So don't start contacting the New York board until it's kind of 6 weeks, right? They need minimum that much of time, right? So that you're to receive your documents and compile the file. So now coming back to the first step, where the students, I'm just going to go to this page just to show you. Remember, this is the first step which we skipped, where to do these certifications, right? So students get lots of misguidance and stuff like that. So this is very easy, and I'll explain you what to do. So you simply have to go on the website NewFast, right? SUFast. I've written it here, sufast.com/courses, right? So if you click on that, right, it's going to take you to this website. Can you guys see that, this website? So in this one, you just simply have to go select your professional, right? So you are all applying for registered nurse, right? So here you go. And then you will be choosing the board. So we are all applying application to the New York board here, right? So I'm just going to go here, find the New York board. Here it is. So can you see that as soon as you apply to fill in those 2 information, it is telling you the 2 mandatory courses the New York required. One is the child abuse, another is the infection control. Guys, these are very simple courses. It's like you can see that it says contact hour 2 and contact hour 4 for infection control, and you simply have to score 80%, right? And these are just simple multiple choice questions which will be given after you read this. And you can, for example, I'm just going to show you, and this takes only like $39 US additional for this one, right? And you can see that this is the kind of training, like you can just click on it and you can apply for the course and then just read it, do the multiple choice questions, score 80%, and then if you score 80%, then they are going to give you that certificate to print off, and you can download that certificate as a PDF form and you can upload that along with the application. Either you can do these certificates ahead of the time or you can do them afterwards, but make sure then you put your application number in so that this vendor, sufast.com, can send it directly to the New York board that yes, you have done these courses and you have received your certificate for that, right? So those are the 2 options. So I hope our video is clear enough. That will put you on a right track, guys. And again, as our sole goal is to help you guys so that you can receive your eligibility. So hopefully if everything goes well with this New York board, anywhere the time period is between 4 to 5 months, right, or 6 months to get the eligibility for NCLEX-RN. Okay, so yes, students who have done GNM, Bachelor's of Nursing, you can apply it. It doesn't mean that if you have done GNM you cannot apply it. You can absolutely go and apply for this nursing registration. But if you guys still have any questions, feel free to call us. We are Future Building Nursing Prep Center. You can call us at 306-316-0411, or you can follow us on our website www.fenpc.com, or please follow us on our social medias, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. We are everywhere. Okay, I hope you find this information helpful. If you do, please share it with your friends and save everybody's time, money and effort. Okay, see you guys. Good luck. Take care.